is that when once a subject matter is before a court, parties are not allowed to touch that subject matter.
Okay.
You don't touch it. Especially when there is an order of court asking you not to touch that subject matter. It is disobedience to a court order. And the court to frown at it. So, however, a law will say there are general rules and then there are exceptions. The exception to one of those rules is that if an order is made without jurisdiction, then it means that that order is a nullity. What happens in such instances is when somebody goes upstairs, when we say upstairs, you're going on appeal, the court will look at it to see, first and foremost, that court that made that order, was it clothed with requisite jurisdiction to entertain the matter? And if the court finds out, the appellate court finds out that the court ab initio never had jurisdiction, the court to set aside whatever has been done by. Yes. And again, you talked about people disobeying court order. The court is not a law enforcement agency. We only interpret the laws. And so when we say, don't do this, and you do it. When you come back to our court, we'll say what you did is wrong.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well. Now, let's also, before I move over to Chris Oka to get his opinion on this matter, you recall there is a precedence already in Supreme Court judgment when the Supreme Court ruled that, I mean, party internal wranglings remain with the party. I mean, the party has internal mechanisms to resolve their conflict, and the judiciary is not to meddle in party matters. Now, do you see this as meddling?
Do I see which as meddling? Let me get
the courts, you know.
Yes.
PDP Congress.
Okay.
PDP Congress is a party activity.
Yes,
it's a party affair.
I agree.
In this instance.
I agree.
Now, the courts barring that party activity from happening, would you say?
Okay, like I said, I have not seen the writ. I will always say I have not seen the writ because we speak with facts. But you agree with me that it is most likely that the allegation of the claimant in this case is that they were treated unjustly. It could be they would say they picked the forms and then they were excluded.
No, it was in APC that happened. In this one, they are saying that
there was a court
PDP
order.
held Congress against the court order. Now they are praying the court again to now set aside Aaron Chukwemeka and the other executives and recognize them as the substitute.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But what I'm trying to let you know, before the court made the interim order, they would have alleged in their motion that, see, we are members of this political party. We are entitled to be part of this Congress. We picked form. But some persons, because of their power in this family, they want to exclude us. So we are asking this honorable court to stay action, pending where the court will decide whether we are supposed to be part of these congresses. So I believe that is the basis, the foundation upon which that interim injunction was made.
That foundation was for APC Congress. It was the people who said they bought form and forms were not given.
But there should be a basis for the interim injunction.
This one now appears to be reactionary, not proactive. Now, for whatever reason, that Congress was bad, but not for the reason you have stated. Now, these people are saying that the court should nullify the Congresses, PDP Congresses in River State because it went ahead in defiance. You understand?
We are saying the same thing. We are saying the same thing. You are looking at it from the secondary aspect. I am looking at it from the scratch. Yes. That for a court of law to say, please don't go ahead with this primary. It means that they are saying that this family is treating us unjustly. So we are asking this honorable court to take action of these congresses. So now this interlocutory application now is in furtherance of the earlier one that was made. To say that, my lord, look at, we had come to this court to say, let this thing not go on because we are unjustly treated in this family. And they went ahead to do it. My lord, we are asking you to set aside whatever might have been done. And then this brings me to the issue of a family affair. Ordinarily, the court does not intrude into family issues. But when a party comes to the court and say, my lord, this family has treated me wrongly, my right in this family has been trampled upon, the court has right to look at it and to see whether the person is right or wrong. And if the person is right, the court will set aside whatever the family did against the person.
All right, very well. Chris, what do you make of this story?
Well, from what we read in the pages of the newspaper, these people did not tell us that they bought from and were denied, like the case of the APC, where some persons went to court said, oh, we paid for form and we were not issued form. But in this case, they never told us the grounds in which they approach the court. What they want is that the court should nullify the congresses that were held and make them members, officers of the PDP in Rivers State. This is another version of the crisis in Rivers State. Don't forget that the former governor and the FCT minister, when the crisis started in Rivers State, he made mention of his structure. And this is another attempt to take over the structure of the PDP. The governor of Rivers State, Sir Siminala Fubra, is in PDP but does not control the structure in the party. I think this is another attempt for the governor to take hold of the PDP structure in Rivers State. At a point they have to use APP to run the local government election in the state.
Now you are accusing the governor.
You're
accusing the governor of being complicit, or you're accusing the governor of trying to balkanize PDP in Rivers State.
It's not balkanize. The people who went to court are working for the governor.
How do you know they are working for the governor?
They are working for the governor.
Can they go to court to enforce their rights?
Did they buy form in the election? They did not. So for me, I don't want to preempt the court, but I know that that matter will not see the light of the day because you cannot ask for something or nothing. They didn't tell us that they bought form were not issued. You said they should, the court should dissolve the congresses that were held and make you the executive of the party. On what ground? So for me, it's another version of the crisis in Rivers State.
All right.
Which means that the crisis in Rivers State is far from.
It's a long way from being resolved.
Yeah. So
right. Now, Barrister Joshua, when he was speaking, raised a very valid point. I want us to look into.
Yeah.
Now, he talked about the originating summons. You know, he said, let's look at it from the foundation. Now, I have to now go back to my archives. Okay. And I found out that these people, and in the first instance, were not part of this suit.
Okay.
Joshua, they were not part of the suit that even
made the injunction.
Yes, it was an ex parte order that barred the PDP Congress in Rivers State from holding. And it says that, the court gave the order in a suit filed by Honorable David Chinedu Omereji, Honorable Prince Solomon Eke, Isodoye Tobin, Godi Manfred Pepo, Okia Precious Chigozirim, Honorable Olosama Peter Amakri, Good Friday Nweke, Alfred Letam, Wechen Dubisi Raymond, Mrs. Erebie Michael, and Honorable Ogemma Edialuminulu against PDP, the party's national chairman, national financial secretary, and the national organizing secretary. And this matter was before the trial judge, Justice Sobere Biambo,
yes.
Following originating summons and ex parte filed by the aggrieved members of the party. So now, these people were not even part of the matter. Okay. And this matter, you know, was at Rivers State High Court 13, Port Harcourt. And then it was even adjourned to 19th of July, and we've not heard anything so far. And now this is coming up. That's the interesting thing.
Okay.
We've not had anything so far. And now, ex parte order has a lifespan of 7 days. I will need you to, you know, explain that to me. Ex parte order has a lifespan of 7 days. I know that after the lifespan of 7 days, we are expected to. It abates, yes? And you are expected to take, that is to give you room to actually take further action. In this instance, we've not heard that further action has been taken. So, what do you make of this development?
Okay, so from these facts now which you have been able to put forward, I think the interlocutor application is faulty.
their interlocutory application.
The interlocutory application is faulty, not having a leg upon which it is standing.
All right.
First and foremost, they were not part of the claimant in the main suit that led to the interlocutory. You see, we say that the decisions of a court is binding on the parties. Except the exception to this now, if the suit was brought in a representative capacity to say that to so person, and on behalf of the rest. But I think that is not the case here. So, to the extent that they are not part of the first claimant before Honorable Justice Biambo, this interlocutory application is incompetent and of no basis whatsoever. You get the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
Because interlocutory application means that a matter is before a court. Then in between the matter, we have three types of injunction. We have interim injunction, which you file as you bring a suit to court. Before the hearing of a case, you file interim injunction, which the court will look at if there is urgency to stop a subject matter from being destroyed. The court makes that order, and it abates within 7 days. Initially, people have been arguing that it's in existence until set aside by the court. But the Supreme Court has said it is 7 days.
That's the ex parte order.
Yes. Once granted, it lasts for 7 days. Yes. So within this period, as you file what do you call ex parte application, you are expected to file a motion on notice. That is the one we call interlocutory injunction.
Yes.
So interlocutory injunction cannot just start an action. It is filed when a matter is subsisting. Case now before us. It means that this one is a fresh suit, starting with interlocutory injunction, and different from the one that was made by Honorable Justice Biambo. So for me, though I don't have that power to preempt the court, but I think it is faulty and it's incompetent and will not see the light of the day.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, in light of this development now, Chris Oka, finally, do you see these prayers being granted? No, not even in prayer in the court. Let's not go there. Now, the interesting thing is that these people were not part of the originating summon in Justice Biambo's court. Now, it appears one would even say probably because it's an originating summon. Yes? So they could say they are starting a fresh matter. That was why I said in the first instance, they are not acting based on, they are acting based on the ex parte order by Justice Biambo. Right? Now, it appears to be a different thing altogether. But you have accused the governor of being complicit in this. And you said it's from the governor's camp, trying to cause crisis in PDP River State. Now, the question I want to ask you now, very away from that, is these persons that are asking the court to recognize them as part of the State Executive Council, was there any time an election? Because if he's saying set aside Aaron Chukwemeka, at what point were they appointed as caretaker chairman? Caretaker committee, or were they elected? How did that happen? Can a court in this instance appoint people to oversee the affairs of the party?
I think that's where my legal brother just said that the court does not have total control over the family affairs of a political party, but there are exceptions. Now, those who approach the court are asking the court to appoint executive members of a party that the court should appoint for them. There are processes for you to be a ward executive or LGA chairman of a party or the state chairman of a political party. There are processes. Either the National Working Committee appoints you on a caretaker committee basis, or you buy form and go to congresses where party members will elect you as an officer of the party. Now, in this case, somebody is asking the court to appoint him. Is he appoint you for you to be the party officer of the court or the party? So, for you to be an officer of the party elect you, or in the case of caretaker, appointed. But you see, another thing in the first order that was issued, that the names you read out to us just, by Omereji Chinedu. Those Omereji Chinedu is the current chairman of Emma local government, and he contested under APP. So they are no members of PDP again. So he's in APP. He filed that matter while he was in PDP. Now he has moved to APP. So he does.
The matter will not have
that matter has died a natural death.
But he can choose to withdraw himself from the matter while others
like the lawyer said, if that matter was not filed on behalf, he filed personal capacity as a member of the party. So he has left the party, and that matter will not see the light of the day.
Okay, now let's look at the implication of this the seeming factionalization of Rivers State, of PDP in Rivers State right now. What do you think will be the aftermath? This appears to have a lot of branches. Let's look at what happened in 2015 in Rivers State. I think that was under APC. Was it APC or PDP when they lost out on elections because of issues, internal wranglings, like something. The APC. Yeah. Similar situation played out in APC in 2015, and they lost out during the Cuba elections. Do you see such playing out? Because now it appears that APC Rivers State conducted elections against court order barring that Congress from happening.
That's not correct. Before that Congress was conducted, the APC went to appeal court to vacate that order.
Another order came. In first, there were two orders. The first came from Federal High Court, barring APC from conducting that Congress. And APC went to appeal court to vacate that order. Now, I think barely 24 or 48 hours to APC Congress, another order came from State High Court, barring the APC from conducting
that was after the World Congresses were held.
Yes.
Another order came.
Yes.
Those who claimed they bought from
to stop the state Congress.
No, to stop the LGA Congress.
Yes, the local government.
The local government Congress. That was after the World Congress.
But it was not vacated, was it?
No, it was not, because can court stop a process that have started already? There was a World Congress that had been conducted. Delegates were elected.
Joshua, can you answer that, please?
Delegates were elected to. The process have already started. You don't conduct a local government congress just like that. It's from the World Congresses that delegates who will elect those at the local the LGA are elected. That has been done. And you are issuing an order, or a court is issuing an order stopping a process that has started already.
Hold on. If the court issues an order to stop the process of
over Rivers State, and you're coming to distort that plan. You say no, don't do your Congress now.
Now this is it.
In 2027.
You just answered the question.
Yes, to win election.
Is it injurious?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not injurious in the immediate.
Because
the election is in 20. The target.
I say party has timetable.
Hold on. The target is 2027.
There are other programs.
Next year is what exactly?
There is
2025. How is it injurious?
I said there are other programs outlined by the party. You have a schedule that at the end of this so year you do this. there are time for mobilization.
Okay.
If you stop, see, when you talk about how people don't obey court orders, you see, this is one of the reasons. You don't, the judiciary need to check, look at some of the orders that are being issued by, of course, the NJC.
Well, when the orders are being issued, this is the thing.
Yes.
When the orders are being issued, whether the court has jurisdiction or not, it is not in your place. You arrogate judicial powers to yourself, or in this instance, you arrogate the powers of the appellate court to yourself, and you decide that the court does not have jurisdiction, and you decide to set aside the order of the court and go ahead with the Congress.
Don't also forget.
The right thing to do, if you are saying the court does not have jurisdiction, now you that claim to be an upright or patriotic Nigerian, the right thing to do, is it not to follow the right protocol, the right procedures to set aside? That was why I asked you, is it injurious, considering that the whole target is to take over River State in 2027? It is not injurious in the immediate.
See,
is it injurious?
The way you're looking at it, you're not a member of the APC, so you are not also privy to the timetable of the party.
Let me have the legal expert here answer that question.
Thank you very much.
Is it injurious?
Thank you very much.
Yes, go ahead.
You have raised the issue whether a court can stop a completed act.
An act that's in process. It has not been completed
we
yet.
know. Now, the elementary principle is that a court cannot stop a completed act.
A completed
act.
Okay.
Because the law does not act in vain.
All right.
That what has been done has been done. In fact, once you file a matter and the court finds out that there is no life issue in that matter, we call it academic action. The court will strike it out. But in this instance, I believe that as at the time the order was made, there were congresses that were not done.
Local governments and state congresses
that were not done.
Yes.
So to the extent that there was an order, whatever remaining undone ought to be stayed. My brother Chris has raised the issue of being injurious.
Are you saying because time is of essence, you're killing people and the Congress should continue? Somebody is saying you are acting against my interests. Please, court, save me. And the court has made an order. The right thing to do, if not that Nigeria is a lawless society, is for the actors to take action and go to court to clear themselves before continuing the Congress.
Considering that they want to take over in 2027.
I don't know what will be their motive. Like I said, I'm not a politician. I don't know what.
Don't also forget when you come to a court order. When you come to a court order, they just concluded local government election. There was an order that the local government election should not hold. They went ahead and conducted that election. What happened? The appellate court vacated that order. So we are hopeful that whatever order.
But in that instance, the court said the trial court, which was the federal court, never
had jurisdiction.
But it's the same thing. But we said order and it's an order. There was an order.
The thing was, the order should have been obeyed.
Yes, that order was not obeyed.
I said the right thing is to stay action.
So now,
the court action
the thing is, parties should choose in River State.
Which court order to obey?
Now, River people. And now everybody, we are all judicial experts. We choose that this court does not have jurisdiction and this court has jurisdiction. Therefore, we will obey or not obey. I mean, River State, it is what it is. It's about interesting times ahead. We will bring you updates as this story breaks. And sadly, this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Open Conversation. Thank you so much, Joshua, for coming. It's a pleasure having you, Joshua.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you so much, Chris Oka. It's a pleasure.
Good buddy.
All right. And thank you so much, our viewers, for always staying connected to us. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. And on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Ogu Laurentia. Transition News comes up next. Do not go away.